scale, right? Now, the time to think small, the time to be small is over and done with. And as the year comes to an end, it is about a lot of about, everything is like with the super moon, our lives are also being supercharged and super magnified. So let's be there and rejoice in all its wonder and glory. So the next we can do after the fire is the water sign, shall we? So we are doing it for the zodiac for uh, Cancer, um, Scorpio, and Pisces, right? So the next tarot we draw is for the water sign. Okay, beautiful. So again, the water sign, the Cancer is one sign that is going to be affected indirectly with this super moon, the Aries, because of the astrological and the astronomical significance of it. But never mind, the tarot as an hermit, and this is one card that we have dealt in detail, quite a detail, because this is an archetypal card for the zodiac signs Virgo, right? So in the tarot archetypal series, I have covered in depth the hermit connotations and the energies in this energy, so I will not spend too much of time here. But still, just to honor the tarot forecast for the upcoming full moon for the water signs people, the hermit as a message comes to you. See, again, I there when you pull out a card, there's always different meanings and different connotation to it. So generally when we draw a hermit is about introspection, self-reflection, um, trying to kind of reevaluate the distance you have come from. Look for a mentor on the outside, look for a mentor on the inside, seek a teacher, be a teacher, that kind of a student energy is here. But with this backdrop of the super moon, with the moon entering the planet, the zodiac of the Aries and ruled by the Mars, maybe when the hermit appears, it is time for you, my lovely water signs, to realize, to introspect if you are too much into your shell, right? It can be on the other side. I would read it that maybe you're too much on the inside of you, in the sense you're cut off from the social life. Maybe you've done too much of detoxing. Maybe you've done too much of, I, me, myself kind of a business. And maybe it's time for you to step out and be in the real world, because all that evaluation, reflection, introspection, the wisdom that you have gained, what will you do with it until and unless you put it into the in test with the real world? हाँ, डज इट मेक सेंस? तो जब तक आपकी जो समझ है, जो आपकी क्षमता है, जो विजडम है, जो सारा कुछ ज्ञान है आपके अंदर, जो आपने अक्यूमुलेट किया है, अर्जित किया है, जब तक वो बाहर निकल के दूसरों के साथ शेयर नहीं करोगे, बांटोगे नहीं, देन हाउ वुड यू नो दैट वेदर इट इज वर्किंग और नॉट वर्किंग? What is its worth? As we say in the Buddhism, it's say that generally also we say that ज्ञान बांटने से बढ़ता है. द मोर यू टीच ऑफ वन थिंग, दैट इज व्हाट बुद्धा सेड, द मोर यू नीड टू लर्न समथिंग, द मोर ऑफ दैट यू नीड टू टीच द others, right? So with that kind of a connotation, you have the hermit here. So all these water signs, it is important for you in love and relationship. Maybe you have just taken too much of your back seat, you're not expressing yourself. Maybe you have done too much of a reflection for yourself. Maybe you're fault finding मोड में ना चले गए हो आप, हाँ, कि ऐसा ना हो कि फॉल्ट, या फिर आप एक अलग थलग ही पड़ गए हो, दैट काइंड ऑल्सो ऑफ एन एनर्जी इज ऑल्सो देयर. सो यू हैव टू रियली make sure that, again, that same thing, too much of anything is bad. So the hermit is asking you to be able to step out and be able to, so don't have to see the whole distance, as I read in the other tutorial that we do. You don't have to see the whole distance out there per se, but at least be willing to take the next step. You have that, you are need to tap into that courage, because the wisdom is already inherent. And as we in the beautiful connotations is repeated many a times, but for the sake, it's all right, for the sake of redundancy, I'll say that what you seek is seeking you. So eventually, if your intent, everything is rooted in your intent and integrity, right? So if your intent is right, even if the settings on the outside are not so much so in your favor, you will be able to make the best possible use of what is given, what is made available to you. Likewise, in your workspace also, try, of course, you maybe you are not being a team leader or a team builder, maybe you're too much of a recluse. Even voicing out your sentiments, emotions, that is also equally important, be it again in love and relationship, or terms of uh, in terms of work and वर्क स्पेस. स्पिरिचुअलिटी के लिए तो ये कार्ड बहुत ही अच्छा है, बिकॉज एक तरीके से जो है ना, इट आस्क्स यू टू अवेकन योर सेल्फ इन अ मैनर that you be able to share whatever you have earned with the other people, or and if you are willing to learn it for your own self, be in the quest of a mentor.